How to avoid page rage. There's a phenomenon on the internet that is somewhat like road rage. I would like to call it page rage. This occurs when a normally kind and understanding person gets behind the wheel of their computer and turns into a crazy, hate-spewing madman. This can range from complaining about spelling and grammar in a very cruel manner to name-calling and wishing death upon others. Here at Everyday Normal, there's no desire to contribute to the hatred and anger in the world. There's way too much of that anyway. To pile on more, one would have to be a pure jerk. Ill will is never meant toward anyone and should never be implied. When anything is read on this site, it should be imagined that your goofiest buddy is saying it to you in an informal conversation. You can disagree with this buddy, and the friendship will still be intact. I wrote a post and got some bad responses. I thought, it's not that offensive. I thought I was clear that I wasn't being hateful. I wanted to say that I don't like an ad campaign, and personally it didn't matter for me anyway. I've learned a few things in a short amount of time since, and would like to share them with you.
Are you talking to me?
Your internet writing is not even close to the same as conversation with someone, and never can be. I've heard a few different numbers on this, and can safely say that your tone of voice is 30 to 50% of your communication, and that body language is 45 to 55% of it. With internet communication, these are thrown right out the window. This change of communication dynamic is quite helpful in turning the average internet reader into Joe Pesci from Goodfellas.
You know, the way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how?
Things that would be spoken in a haphazard and joking manner quickly become venomous and divisive. I've always liked to write with the same style as my speech, and this is just asking for trouble. No first drafts. People can't read minds, they can only read your page. If your page is sloppily thrown together, you will say things you don't mean. My previous example of a bad post I made would have had a different title, and the first paragraph would be replaced with just a sentence. Posting a rough draft will almost always guarantee that you will be misunderstood. Clarify, clarify, clarify. Since the communication dynamic has been changed on the internet, you must make every point painfully clear. When speaking to someone and something is not understood, people might ask, do I have to spell it out for you? On the internet, you do have to spell it out. This might even make your post painful to read at times, since you may be over-explaining. But if you don't want to get stabbed by Tommy DeVito, you need to clarify everything. Simply marking something as opinion and joking around is not enough in the world of infallible beings who can't wait to jump on your case about something you didn't even mean. Use qualifiers, in my opinion. Qualifiers make it much more clear that what you're saying is not the gospel truth, and it may even be an opinion. In my personal and possibly incorrect view, these can make it more clear that you do not believe yourself to be the final and supreme authority on a given matter. You should use these like you are running for public office, so as not to upset the average information superhighway motorist. Mean people are real. With all these precautions, you still must understand many people are that rude and reprehensible character before they get in the driver's seat on their computer. For these people, the most well thought out and carefully worded communication will have no positive effect. If they hold a different viewpoint, they will explode on you no matter what. Many times, it can be as though the person did not even read what you put onto a blog or message board or a comment. Reading is nothing without comprehension, and some people will not comprehend a word you may write, and then pour out their sublimely righteous wrath upon you. There's nothing you can do for these situations. Maybe these are no-brainers to some people, but they're newly realized for me. I think if anyone will stick to these rules, they should be able to still project the completely harmless and non-serious as a heart attack attitude that they have when they speak. This is just another way of diffusing the everybody's out to get me vibe that emanates from so much of the internet and annoys so many. This is a safe space. No one will hurt you here.